everyone. My name is Zelda and you are watching Zelda Sews. We are at a different area in my sewing room and I am going to self-draft out a skirt block using my measurements. Now I chose to do this because initially when I started my channel I said I wanted to learn how to make a bodice block and a skirt block. Wasn't interested in pants block, and maybe later on I will be, but right now I'm not. I'm just interested in making a skirt block and a bodice block because the patterns that are out, like the big four, they're more geared toward a thinner B-cupped or yes, B-cup women and not necessarily for my body shape. I'm looking for something that's going to fit my body shape. I have the roll around the entire above the waist area and a little bit below the waist area. And I want to be able to make a skirt that looks nice. I have made a couple of skirts with elastic, but I would like to make a skirt with a zipper and some darts. So I am using Minerva's video on the drafting a basic bodice block, and I'm going to follow along and I'm going to put my measurements down on my piece of paper to see if I get the same somewhat results. So what I have, I've written down my measurements on my paper. I have me 2 pens. These are erasable pens. I have a couple of pencils. I have a couple of pencils over there. This stuff is not supposed to be here. I have measuring tape. I have my letter low, hip curve, and this other curve ruler because it's in centimeters. And for whatever reason, I want to do this in centimeters. Well, actually not whatever reason. Oh, finished. I have this ruler here. Probably won't use it much because it does slip around when I'm trying to move it around. I'm waiting for another ruler to come in. I have this one for right now. But to make a straight 90-degree angle, I have my L ruler. Now, do you need all of this? Probably not. But I want to make sure that I have at least everything that I need. I'm going to show you. And the reason why I'm waiting on another ruler, it's a ruler in centimeters that I saw on the Minerva website, and it has a right angle instead of a curve so that I can mark a right angle with it, because I'm sure I'm going to be doing a few of these until I get it right. But I just want to take you along on my journey so that you can see what I'm doing. So if this sounds interesting to you, please hang around and watch. Thank you so much for all the people who have stopped in, and I hope this is something that's enjoyable for you to watch. This is a joyful process, and I want it to be a joyful process. So I have my TV ready to go. I have my stuff here, and here we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I wrote down my measurements here on the side over here for me as a reference. My measurements, if I did not say this, I'm doing them in centimeters. I think for me, I get caught up in inches and worry about, oh my gosh, how big is that? And I don't want to do that. And I think with centimeters, it just kind of blocks it out of my head. The numbers don't mean as much as the inches do, but I will share what the inches are. So my waist is 126 centimeters, or 49.75 inches. My hips, 131 centimeters, or 51.5 inches. My waist to hip is 21 centimeters, or 8.25 inches. And my waist to knee is 60 centimeters, or 23.5. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be doing, let me see. Okay, the first line I'm going to draw here is half of my hip measurement plus 1.5. Since I don't have that ruler at a right angle in centimeters right here in front of me, I just used my L ruler and I just started the box so that I can have this marked, which you cannot see, but it is here, I promise. And then I'm going to take my measuring tape and I'm going to measure up to what half of that is. And half of that hip measurement, 131 divided by 2, is 65.5. So I'm going to get my ruler here and mark to 65.5. Okay. I marked it on the other side of the tape measure, so I'm just going to mark it on this other side here. And I'm just going to start it up so that I know that it's squared off right here. Okay, so I darken those lines so that you can see it a little bit better. I think you can see that. Hopefully you can see that. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, so we have our waist line. This is our waist line, but this is the hip measurement all the way across. You'll see why we use that in a moment. But on down here is my waist to knee measurement. I'm going to go ahead and square up to the top, matching this line here, and then I'm going to square across. So I'm going to go ahead and use my ruler. I'm going to pull my paper down a little bit because I have my mat underneath here, and I like it to do that on the squared up on the mat. I'm going to go ahead and use my ruler. And I'm going to pull this down here. Use this. Let's mark that. Okay. Okay, that's done. Now I move my paper back down here. And hopefully you can see that. I'll move this right here. You can see that. Okay. All right, the next measurement is going to be our waist to hip area, hip line. And for me, the waist to hip was 21 centimeters. So I'm going to come down 21 centimeters. And this line also is going to be a dashed line. Make sure I have this right. Thought that looked a little off. Okay. Take my ruler. I have little suction balls on the other side of this because they did move a lot. Just gonna pencil this in. And then I'm going to use my pen, erasable pen. Okay. See my dashed line? Okay. Move that over here and see what's next. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have everything in here. I have knee. Now this is hip. Hip. and then my waistline. Okay, so according to Izzy from Minerva, she said we're going to draft out our front and back pieces of our skirt block on here. The front is going to be over on the right side of me, and then the back will be on the left, but we're going to be starting with the skirt back. Okay, had to pause for the cause. Yes. All right. Woo! Nice and hot. Okay, so we have our waist, our hip, our knee. We're going to mark, we're working on the skirt back. We're going to mark a point along this line, which is 1/4 of my hip measurement plus 1.5 centimeters. So my hip is 131, divided by 4 is 32.75. And then you add 1.5 centimeters, and that totals up to 34 1/4. So I'm just going to round it up to 34.5 centimeters. Okay, I'm going to mark that point on the line. And 34.5 centimeters is about 13 or so inches. 13.34. Anyway, not going to focus on the inches. So 34.5. This reminds me of what I'm going to do with Lutterlow. As far as drawing out the lines. 34 point. I don't know how this is going to give me enough room. Okay, I mark that. Let me see. See, I overlap. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, I forgot to add the second part. Once you reach that part, square down. I like using these words. I'm going to use my L ruler because I have it. It is very cumbersome, though, I must say. Must say. Okay. The next measurement I'm going to document here is along the waist area. And I'm going to mark a point along the line, which is 1/4 of my waist circumference. And then I'm going to add 4 centimeters. So that would be my waist circumference divided by 4. It was 126 divided by 4. That's 31.5 centimeters. Okay. So that's right along here. I'm just going to mark it on here so I can see it. Move that in. Okay. Okay. Once I have done that, I'm going to square up and mark square up 1.25 centimeters. So I have 1 centimeter. I'm going to actually That's one. Two. Okay. And then I'm going to mark that with the ruler. Okay, I want to show you these little teeny tiny lines. If you look at them, they give you millimeters also, centimeters and millimeters. So this is 2 to 3 is 1 centimeter. And then, okay, it's not coming in clear. Might not come in clear. What I did, 2 to 3, because this 1 is completely marked here. I can't see it. And then if you count down 3 lines, that would be 0.3. That's closest I can get to 1.25, which is 1.3. Okay, now my TV went off, so I have to go fix that. Be right back. Okay, here's another blooper. I did the waist measurement across here wrong. I think I might have said it, but I'm not sure. I'm supposed to do my waistline, quarter of my waistline, and then add 4 centimeters. So let me see, my waistline quartered is 31.5. So it should have been 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.5. And I do not believe it was. Nope. Ta-da. And then go up 1.25. Okay, I'm gonna erase this one. Looking at this, I just don't see how my measurements are gonna fit on here because I'm extending over to this side. This is some of the issues when you're larger. You kind of extend over into different areas. Your belly kind of extends. Okay, let's keep going. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is draw a dashed line from the waistline here to that 1.25 centimeter squared up area. And I'm going to use my letter low ruler. A little slippery, but that's okay. Okay. Okay, now Izzy says to draw a dashed line from this point right here, where we squared up from, down to the middle, which I'm extending over a little bit. So I'm still going to do it. A dashed line. It's almost straight. Okay. Okay, now we're going to put in our darts. So what we're going to do is measure the waistline area where we have here, and we're going to divide it by 3. So, and you can change it later if the darts don't work out for you. So, divided by 3. $36. Okay, that says 36. So I'm going to mark them at 12 centimeters a piece. D, 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 D. Okay. All right, if I remember correctly, we're going to square down. I have to use this ruler because I don't have a straw. Oh, actually, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have this other ruler here. You square down from the first dart closest to the center, and you're going to go down 14 centimeters. So, but square down from the diagonal line. So, 14 centimeters. I'm just using this as my guide. Okay, and then the next one, you're going to do the same thing, but you go down 13 centimeters. You use what you have to get what you want. Okay, and now we're going to mark these out. 2 centimeters on each side.
No, 2 centimeters is wrong. 1 centimeter on each side.
Okay, I started talking to you about the darts. I marked these in. I divided this up, my waistline, by 3 and put a marking right here and right here. Hopefully I cut the piece out that said to put 2 centimeters on each side, which is wrong. We want a total of 4 centimeters that we added into the waistline to be taken up into the dart. So we need a dart with 1 centimeter on each side. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So not 2 centimeters. So I'll go ahead and mark that. And I want to mark this with a dashed line. The other middle line I already put solid. I did say one thing you want to do is be careful not to get any heat near your paper, like iron it down with this pen, a friction pen, because your marks will be disappeared, all gone, all gone. And mark that over there. And swing along to this side. I hear some rattling outside, so it sounds like my hubby's out there. Okay, so those darts are done. All right, I apologize for the banging that you may hear, but I'm going to go ahead and keep going through this. Now it's time to kind of put some little curves in this. So I'm going to use my pattern drafting ruler and see if I can get a nice curve line. This shall be difficult. Hold on. I know this is a hip one, but let's see if this makes it nicer. Skip the darts. That's about as curved as I can get. Feel like I'm missing a line here. Oh, now this line here, I'm supposed to put a curve in also. And in here you add 0.5 centimeters out so that you can add a curve. This is where I was talking about the measurements look kind of weird, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let me see, that's one. Okay, let's see what kind of a little curve I can put in here. Huh. That adds up nice. Oops. See, I hate when they slip. I like those little rubber things that you get on the bottom. That slipped, but that looks nicer. That's the nice part about these pins. I think he's making a vegetable garden. Not really sure. They don't speak much, which is fine by me. I'm not out there much. I just go to see how my tomato plants are growing, and they're taking off like you wouldn't believe. It's so beautiful. So, so beautiful. Okay. And I think that is it for this piece. We shall see. Okay, the only thing that I did, I added skirt back. Right here's the center back. These are our darts. And now we're moving on to center front. Okay, we're moving on to the front. I'm going to use a blue friction pen to mark out what we're going to do. So right along here, what we're going to do is measure out our waist, 1/4 of my waist measurement plus 2.5 centimeters. Mark that point. Okay, so that would be a total of 34 centimeters. Yes, 34. And see, this is what I said. It extends over into this other one. And I'm going to mark up 1.25. Okay, that is 1. One, three. Okay. All right, we're going to take the measurement that, why did I draw that there? I'm not sure why I put that there. The measurement from the 34 centimeters that I marked right here up to 1.25, I'm going to take, I went up 1.25, I'm going to mark a dotted line from that point to the end over here. And what I'll do is take some screenshots of this so you can see it up close. Okay. All right, so that mark there, I bring it down to the center. And then I'm going to dash it, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. You ever get to where you hear a song and or you hear somebody say something and then you start singing the songs? Sing a song. Okay, I do. I get that way. All right, let me see what my next step is. All right, what I'm doing next is taking the width here along the waistline from the dotted line, well, this line right here to my center front, and I'm going to divide that by 3. So that is a 34 divided by 3. So it's 11.33. So let's just say 11.5. And then you're going to divide, you're going to take that measurement, 11.5, and then you're going to mark your dart. You mark it center front, and you mark the dart. Just have to figure out how many right here for a moment. Okay, now I'm putting in my front dart, and I divided this up by 3 and I came over a third, and I marked that point, and I'm going to square down to 12 centimeters. So I've marked that point here, and I'm going to go ahead and here I put in a straight line over there. So I'm going to put a straight line in from here. And then I'm going to go over, I need a total of 2.5 centimeters for the dart. So I'm going to put 1.25 centimeters on one side and 1.25 centimeters on the other side. So I'm going to, let's see if I can do it like this. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and use a ruler. Should have did them up here. Okay. Okay. What's next is the curve. Have this one marked. And then now here, got to remember 1.5 centimeters out that way. I mean 0.5 centimeters out that way. Let's see, where did I mark this one? About right there. About right there. Okay. So I have to remember when I trace off, this line is for skirt front. And that's what we need to write on here, skirt front. Center back, skirt, center front, front. Why I did a dash line, I don't know. Okay, I did it. I did it. Let me mark these lines here real quick and show you this. Okay, so here it is. You can see this skirt front extends over to here, and this back extends over to here, so that when I'm cutting it out or tracing it out, I have to trace it because I won't have enough room to just do it all on one because of my size. So that's the next video. I'll cut this out and see what it looks like. Thanks so much for watching. And you're not getting away without a scripture. Okay, Psalms 118, verse 14. The Lord is my strength and song, and has become my salvation. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the comments, and you'll see me on my next upload. Bye for now. I don't know how long my mic was out, but hopefully it wasn't out for long. And I did it. I drafted